this is Coach Zoe over here, and I wanted to share with you something super amazing. A little secret of mine that I use often to do what? To make sure that I'm living a balanced life. And do you know what this is called? So it's called the Wheel of Life. Now, it's a tool that I use with my coaching clients, and I assist them to find balance in their lives. Now, this Wheel of Life has about 8 pie sections in it, right? Now, the first area that you want to look at to make sure that you are actually living a holistic and a balanced life, you want to look at your physical environment. Your physical environment represents your place of work. Nowadays, we are doing a lot of remote work. We are working from home. Now, you have to really ascertain how do you feel about your environment, or maybe you are back at the office and you have colleagues around you, and you have to look at that as well as part of your assessment of how do I feel about my physical environment. And this can also include the places where you socialize. Obviously, we are not socializing as much as we used to. However, certain places are open. So how do you feel about those places that you usually go to socialize? And you can also consider your exercise. Obviously, there's no gyms, but you can exercise from home. And really, where do you stay? How do you feel about your place, where you stay, where you worship, where you have fun, and where you work? All of these different physical environments that you find yourself in. And you have to assess that. Now, you can do an assessment rated between 1 and 10. 1 meaning very low, 10 meaning very satisfied. So 1 is I'm not satisfied, 10 is I'm very satisfied. So now take a pen and paper and write number 1, physical environment. Where do you see yourself on this scale of 1 to 10? Okay. Now, the second thing that you want to look at to assess how balanced your life is, you want to look at your business and your career. Now, your business and career is obviously your profession. What do you do? Where do you work? Do you run your own business? Are you really finding fulfillment in what you do? Are you happy? How do you feel about this? Rate it between 1 and 10, okay? And you have to also be ready to do something about these different areas of your life that you are finding yourself not happy with, okay? Now, the third one you want to consider is your finances. On a rate of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? Obviously now, the whole world is going through this corona. Are you happy with your finances, or are you at a place where you're really struggling? And what can you do about it? Always remember that when you are doing this Wheel of Life, it is an assessment, it's a snapshot of where you are. And from there, you are able to check and see and assess and reflect on, okay, this is where I am now, and where would I like to see myself in the next week, in the next month, in the next year, or in the next 5 years, all right? Now, the third thing that you would like or should look at also is your health. Obviously, you have got to continue taking care of your health no matter what. And when I'm speaking about health, I am speaking about your holistic health. I'm speaking about your mind. I'm speaking about your soul. I'm speaking about your spiritual well-being, and also your physical well-being. Are you still exercising? Are you eating right? Are you having positive thoughts and the right mindset? Is your spirit being fed as much as your body is being fed? You have to consider this health as a holistic health, okay? Now, the fifth thing that you want to also consider is how are you doing in your romantical life? Your romance is the person that you love with. Maybe you are married, or maybe you're not yet married. So that is your romance, and maybe you want to get married, or maybe you don't want to get married. How are you doing in that part of your life? Now, the other part you want to also assess is your fun and recreation. Your fun and recreation is what do you do for fun? Obviously now you have to come up with very interesting things that you can do because of the corona. So maybe discover something new. Discover like a new activity, gardening or knitting or sewing. Other than watching Netflix, or DSTV, just find something that is of an activity kind of a thing. Maybe even running, could be, something fun that you would like to do, hey? Now, the seventh thing that I would advise you to look at the certain area in your life is your personal development. Are you doing something to grow yourself in terms of your personal growth? Because it's very important that you look at your emotional intelligence. It's very important that you grow as a leader. It's very important that you consider that aspect of your life as well. And so I wanted to share with you some of these aspects of the wheel of life that I usually coach my clients with, that assist them in seeing where they are in life and understanding where they need to go. Now, the eighth item there is in terms of your friends and your relationships. Also, you have to do a checkpoint, and you have to always assess who are the friends that are in your inner circle, who are the friends that are in your outer circle, and don't confuse your acquaintances with your best friends and your colleagues. You have to understand who is who and who plays which role, and also understand from your family perspective. You've got maybe brothers and sisters and mothers and all of those people that you have in your lives. How do you set boundaries for yourself, and how do you communicate with them? How do you grow your relationship with them? So those are the 8 points of the wheel of life that I would like to share with you in order for you to be able to live a balanced life. There you have it. Go and rate yourself and email me, trifina@triumphantzoe.com, and you can also find me on social media at Triumphant Zoe Coaching. Please share with me some of the results that you came up with after you did your wheel of life. And you can also contact me if you need any coaching sessions. I am Coach Zoe. Have a good one.